Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 7th edition of the Around the World podcast, where I, Lucas Clemmer, and my good friend Jacob Hernandez talk about the beautiful game football and all the interesting topics surrounding the beautiful game. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Terrible.
Terrible?
These schedules got me all messed up.
The schedule's whack. We got an end-of-course testing schedule.
Yeah.
It's a bit whack. My club team lost by a combined 13 goals this weekend.
My club team. Oh, I scored twice this weekend.
So Lucas is on fire.
But we lost by combined about I think 9 goals, something like that. But oh well, whatever. Well, let's talk about actually good teams.
Well, some teams are good, some teams are not. We'll start off with a good team first. Chelsea 6-0 versus Southampton. What a thrashing. You know, they had a stinker of a game last week, I think it was. Then they sold the bag in the Champions League, and then they just came out and spanked Southampton.
Yeah, we'll give our Champions League predictions later too. But yeah, Chelsea kind of
Just
yeah.
They were up 4-0 in 31 minutes.
But yeah,
So easy for them.
How about Timo Werner getting 2 goals?
Timo, what a guy.
That's good for him. Mason Mount, 2. They played a 3-4-1-2 this game, which I think actually fits them better.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't play with wingers, and they have a good amount of wingers like Ziyech, Pulisic, and Mount. But Mount can play more positions. But yeah, Southampton are really bad.
They are. They definitely are very bad.
But yeah, good for Chelsea. After a bad week in Champions League, a couple of bad results.
They're trying to solidify themselves in third place.
Yep, definitely, and I'm pretty certain they will. I'll be shocked if they move.
Most likely, they'll be in third place at the end of the season in the Premier League, with City and Liverpool 1 and 2, however they finish, and then it'll be Chelsea, and then likely either Arsenal or Tottenham in that 4th Champions League spot.
And speaking of Arsenal, Jacob,
they lost to Brighton 2-1. What a game this was. We had a goal ruled out.
They seem to always struggle against Brighton.
That we do. We had a goal ruled out for offside. We just played terrible. We scored in the 89th minute, so it's not like we were really back in it that much.
Yeah. Well, what we said that couldn't happen to Arsenal, Jacob, was that they can't get the injury bug because they don't have a defense strong.
I forgot. That's what we were supposed to talk about.
Yeah, Grant Xhaka played left back.
He's not a left back.
That should just tell you what.
Hey, he got an assist. He did play well at left back somehow. Yeah, XG was 1.98 to 0.77. We lost.
Yep, that's true, but you don't really want your 6 to be playing left back.
Yeah.
Odegaard had to play center mid instead of number 10 because Smith Rowe came in the lineup. I mean, Pepe came back from injury, but...
Yeah, but then Tierney, he's out for a while, so...
Yeah, I think Tierney's out for the rest of the year.
That's definitely not good for Arsenal. Don't not know what that was. And then Nuno Tavares playing really bad. So at this moment, Arsenal has 0 left backs.
You're probably going to have to play Nuno Tavares at this point.
You can't play Xhaka at left back every game. He's plug and play there, but he's not a starting left back. Partey injured again.
Sambi Lokonga, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
Sambi Lokonga.
Albert Sambi Lokonga, however you say his name, he can play in the 6.
How good did he look? I didn't catch most of it. What's his rating?
6.3. So he did not perform too well, apparently. I mean, it's not that bad considering most everyone in the squad did terrible, but you might see a Mohamed El Neni appearance sometime soon.
The legend himself. He will never go away.
We don't have enough players left in the squad, so. Can we put Cedric at left back?
You could. But I'm not sure that's a good idea.
But is Xhaka a better idea?
He's left-footed. He's left-footed.
I don't know.
Yeah, Arsenal's got a lot of questions to answer.
We're in trouble because we had our backup left back solidified, and he's just played really bad all year.
Yep, definitely. Man, I mean, I mean, the way it's looking, Spurs might get fourth place. They're fourth right now.
Arsenal might bottle it.
If Arsenal is in fifth by 3 points.
They got a game in hand, so they can tie it up. But how it's looking right now, I honestly think Tottenham have the upper hand.
Well, that game in hand, I think, is Chelsea.
Oh.
They do play a midweek game, but they do have Southampton up next. So
Southampton, then Chelsea, United. They got Tottenham later in the season. That might be a.
They had a couple of hard fixtures. I know Everton and Newcastle in the year. Leeds. Those are all pretty good results and results they should at least take 7 points from. But Chelsea, Man United, Spurs, and West Ham's not going to be exactly an easy outing because they're in 6. So, Yikes.
Well,
we'll see.
I don't want to be even more depressed talking about Arsenal, so let's move on to the cool game that happened this week. Manchester City versus Liverpool, a 2-2 draw with all the goals happening in the first half plus the first minute after the restart. So 46 minutes.
This was an amazing game. I didn't get to watch it because I was playing my own game, but I rewatched pretty much the entire game. Dude, this was awesome. It was a really good game. And I'm actually upset that we didn't preview this last week. We just forgot because we had so much stuff to talk about. But this is definitely a missed opportunity for Liverpool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To jump Man City, I know they're only 1 point behind them now still, but now you're counting on Man City to tie or lose to someone.
To someone in the last couple games. I mean, they have Wolves, Brighton, Watford, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham, and Villa. Seems like a pretty easy schedule to me. I mean, Manchester City have Liverpool in the FA Cup semifinal.
Yeah, that's next week too, which is kind of interesting.
And then they also have Champions League, which we'll talk about later. But, I mean, their schedule's looking pretty darn easy. And I don't know if they're going to slip up and lose any points. Liverpool,
they don't really slip
they
up
don't have as easy of a schedule. They have United and Tottenham still left. So they definitely could slip up against those
United
teams.
is an easy game at this point. That's pretty...
Yeah.
We'll say I don't think Man City's going to bottle it unless it's the Champions League. So but this is Prem we're talking about, so they're just fine.
They don't bottle the Prem, they bottle the Champions League.
Yep, just fine. Now watch them win the Champions League now.
I don't. Neither of us want them to win the Champions League, by the way. All right. Last Premier League topic. Ronaldo slapped a kid's phone out of his hand and broke it, allegedly.
Yeah, I saw the video of it. I think he actually did.
Yeah, it looked like he did. He said an apology online, so I'm guessing he actually did. We'll see what happens.
Well, when Man United loses 1-0 to Everton, I would be pretty upset too.
Yeah.
Off a deflected goal.
He's wasting the last years of his career just bottom dwelling or mid-table United side.
I saw something on Sky Sports a while ago where they talked about does Ronaldo really care to win the Prem with Man United, and one of them saying it wasn't. I believe it was Roy Keane, surprise, former Man United.
Player, yeah.
I think that's a joke. I think, of course, it's Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo.
He wants
of course,
to win.
He wants to win the league.
No one wants to just sit there and do nothing. That's what the MLS is for. Yeah.
So, I think it's kind of hilarious that he doesn't want to win the Premier League. He definitely does, because he wants to end well with the club he started with. Personally, that's my opinion. But Man United, man,
might be time to move to the MLS. I don't know.
And they're getting a new manager. I believe.
I think so, but so maybe he has one more year at United. I don't know.
I mean, just look at that front four with him: Fernandes, Sancho, Rashford. You got Pogba.
They are underperforming massively. I mean, that defense and midfield is just terrible.
Do you think Harry Maguire stays next year? Do you think they're going to just try to loan him out, or because he's under contract, obviously?
I mean, new manager, he might just keep everyone to test him out. But I think if he has another stinker every year, he's gone.
For sure. So, last thing on the Prem right now, Man City's in first, 74 points. Liverpool, 73 points. They played the same amount of games. Chelsea behind in by 11 points in third, but they have a game in hand above Arsenal. Spurs. Spurs in fourth, 57. They're behind Chelsea with 5 because Spurs have been hot recently. And Arsenal in fifth.
Have not. Lost 3 out of the last 5.
And that's not good because not only is it a rivalry between the two London clubs, but they're hitting their stride at the perfect time, and Arsenal's dwelling at the worst time in the injury bug. The two teams play each other. Do you think Arsenal will get the 4th spot, get back to the Champions League football?
I want them to, but I honestly don't think they will. With their squad right now, they're a little weak. They're injured, they're thin. I think, honestly, it's kind of funny. Arsenal in the Europa League, it's kind of a joke all the time, but I think they might need a Europa League season again. I think that honestly wouldn't be a bad step. They're trying to rebuild. They got a new manager this year. I honestly think 5th place would be a fantastic finish for them. I know it's not Champions League, but you need to get into Europe somehow. They still have a lot of work to do with the squad, so Europa League might just be the best thing they can get right now.
Yep, they missed the Europa League last year, so it might be a little bit better.
They need to get back into some sort of European competition, and Europa League might be that.
All right, one more question for the Prem. My bad. Will Liverpool catch Man City? Will they overtake them, you think? Or you think it's Man City's?
I think Man City's it's their title to lose.
I'm going to disagree with you here, Jacob. I have faith. I have faith in the Reds. Up the Reds.
Alrighty.
I think Liverpool somehow overtake them. But they have to win out because the Liverpool ties one more game. They have to be perfect for the rest of the year. Because Man City does not slip up in the Prem.
Yep.
We found that out. All right, Jacob.
Champions League. All right, this is going to take a while. Liverpool versus Benfica. Liverpool are up 3-1 right now, and they're going to their home leg. I actually predicted the score correctly the first time. I had 3-1 Liverpool away from home. And so I'm going to predict the 2-1 Liverpool win at this home second leg. I think Benfica is going to have to chase, so that might be why they give up 2 goals. But Liverpool's obviously not going to try as hard since they're already up by 2 goals against one of the weakest sides left in the Champions League. So 2-1.
Yep, the game was pretty convincingly won by Liverpool last week. Luis Diaz had an amazing game, goal and assists. They played a lot of young players, I should say, or some players that usually don't get playing time, like Conte. In the back with Van Dijk, he got a goal. Sadio Mane scored. It was pretty easy, from what I remember.
They got the easiest draw. So
Darwin Núñez though was linked with Arsenal. Who did score last game?
That's true, but Arsenal's transfer links never happen, so he won't be going there.
Probably not. You predicted 2-1 Liverpool. I'm just gonna go 1-0 Liverpool. I predicted 2-0 first leg. I was wrong. I think it's not going to be one of the most aesthetically pleasing games to watch, probably second leg. So I think Liverpool will probably just grind out a 1-0 goal result. I don't really see Benfica.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if they draw or lose.
I guess I could see Benfica scoring after they did play Man City and just came off a huge game, but they're at home. I think they got enough results to see it out to get 1-0 win. And Liverpool go on to the semis.
Yep. All right.
Now this is a good one. It's a good one.
Atletico Madrid, Man City.
Yep. So it wasn't quite the game we thought.
Definitely not. Let me just run you through our predictions. I had 4-2 City. Lucas had 2-1 City, and ended up 1-0 City. So significantly less goals. But we both did say City were going to win, so we're right on that part. I'm saying 3-1 City in this leg. I'm still hoping for a big goal thriller. Atletico Madrid are at home. They're going to be chasing. They're not going to be able to sit back and 10 at the back like they did the first leg. So I think that's why they're going to score a goal, but also might give up a couple.
I got to say, I'm a little surprised, but I'm also not with the way Madrid performed first leg, because they do like to park the bus sometimes.
They love it.
They were at one point, they had all 10 field players in the box, or at least at the top of the box, against Man City. And they did lose 1-0. Madrid hasn't had a shot yet. Not even on target. They haven't even registered a shot. So I don't know why they did that.
I guess they kept it close for their return home leg,
I guess
but
that's probably what they wanted to do. But I don't like that personally. Especially you're not like a. It's not like you're not a Benfica or Villarreal or just a non-elite team. You're Atletico Madrid that has a really good squad.
you got to go for it. You can't be sitting in a low block, parking the bus every game.
So obviously they're not going to.
In this game. They might still, honestly. It's kind of their DNA. They might just go for a counter-attacking type game.
Yep. And I mean, you both once again are predicting a very high-scoring second leg game.
Yeah, hopefully we get it right this time.
What do you got?
I got 3-1 City, and then you have?
I have 3-2 Atletico Madrid, but Man City in pens. I just want to go wild.
He's going to go bold. I'm going to go bold.
I would be shocked if Atletico Madrid are just trying to sit back, absorb, and counter at home. I just don't see that's a good thing to do, and I don't see that working.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's what I want to see. I would prefer Madrid going through because me and you really aren't the biggest fans of City, but I think City are at least going to the semis. They don't bottle it until the final. Then they play like 6 midfielders and expect to win.
Yep.
Hint.
All right, Bayern Villarreal, really big upset there.
Yeah, 1-0 Villarreal.
I mean, I guess they were at home, so 1-0 win isn't too shocking. I mean, they're still not a terrible team. Bayern's just so good. We both predicted 3-0 Bayern last time, completely wrong.
Yeah.
And this time we both have 3-1 Bayern. I have 3-1 Bayern in extra time though.
I actually kind of like yours. Extra time. I can see Villarreal. Villarreal's performed pretty well. They've been kind of underrated. We've been kind of disrespecting them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Bayern's clearly the more talented squad. Bayern always has that one odd game where they just have a dud almost, where they really don't play well. I guess it happened in the Champions League, which really doesn't happen all that often. I'd be shocked if they don't put at least 2 by. They're at home against Villarreal, and you know how Bayern is at home in the Champions League. You hear that goal song about 5 times. Arsenal fans can relate.
I'm thinking two goals in the in regular time, and then they got to get that winner in extra time.
Yeah, I can see. This would be a massive upset though. Villarreal can be Bayern,
Huge.
and I'm not against it. I mean, it'd be good for them, but
yeah, I don't really care who goes through.
I mean, I'd just be shocked if Bayern doesn't go through his leg. But yeah, like you said, me and you both have 3-1 Bayern, and
but Lucas has it in regular time.
Yep, exactly.
Final game, our game of the week. What happened here?
Oh man,
Karim Benzema happened. Karim Benzema did happen. I had 2-1 Chelsea. They were at home. Lucas had a 1-1 draw, so he had less confidence, and it just flipped the script. 3-1 Madrid away from home. Edward Mendy turned into prime Donnarumma.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
making mistakes against Benzema again. Benzema turned into like the best striker ever. I don't know. He turned into like
I
prime R9.
I think he's been arguably the best player in
the Champions League this season.
Champions League, and I think he's in Ballon d'Or contention, which pains me to say, but I believe he probably is in Ballon d'Or contention.
Yeah.
He's probably the best striker this year, or at least this past year, definitely the best player in the Champions League. Yeah, Chelsea kind of just shot themselves on the foot this game with the goalkeeping mistakes and
just very sad.
Honestly, just bad playing. It didn't really seem
really
like they were up for it, honestly, from the start. Mm-hmm. And that was at home, too. So, I mean, they're going
back in Spain for Real Madrid.
And they play today because we're recording this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they have to score at least 2 in Madrid without conceding any to at least force it to extra time. They're favored, though, to win. Probability 38 to Madrid's 35. A draw 27. But, I mean, if you're going to try to hold Benzema, who's hot right now, or Junior, or, I mean, Asensio, Bale off the bench, or Modric's maybe coming in scoreless.
Yeah, neither of us like Madrid, by the way. We don't want to see them go through, so it's really sad that Chelsea had to bottle that first leg. Why couldn't they have a Southampton performance against Real Madrid?
Especially since Barca's been in the Europa League. You don't really, especially if you're a diehard Barca fan, which I'm a Barca fan, but when I classify myself as diehard, I mean, you are just begging for anyone to knock out Madrid right now.
Both Madrid clubs are still in it, and Barcelona isn't even in the Champions League.
I think they would definitely like to have Real Madrid out.
100%.
More than Atletico. I mean, Villarreal's still kicking about, so they're really good teams.
3 Spanish teams and no Barcelona. You
That's
never
crazy.
would have thought that.
They'll be back. They'll be back next year.
They will.
Yeah.
So predictions, I have a 2-2 draw, actually. I think Chelsea are going to be pushing for it, but I think that Madrid's a little too strong. I don't think they're going to lose a 2-goal advantage at home, especially in Spain. Like, that's just not really heard of that much.
Yeah, it's not. I like your scoreline a lot. I can see it. I would like to see it. I just want Pulisic to score, honestly. If Pulisic scores in Madrid in Champions League, you won't see that goal not be shown on U.S. national team Twitter timelines forever.
That'd be pretty cool.
I just went 2-1 Madrid. Madrid at home, too, especially the 2-goal lead. They're not going to completely sit back. That's not what Real Madrid usually does unless they have a 5-goal lead. But they're not going to need to do anything out of the order. Chelsea's going to be the ones going to need to open themselves up. And if they don't get that goal at least before halftime, then they're definitely going to open themselves up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, what percentage do you give Chelsea, though, in pulling this off?
I don't think I have
I'd say 30 to 40. Just because it's
Not
in
too
Madrid.
high.
This was at Stamford Bridge. I would think, okay, it could
You
be
can do
different.
it.
But
I'm going 25% chance.
yeah, and Madrid's always been good, obviously, in the Champions League. They've won it a lot of times. So it's, I don't know. I think the defending champs are going out, personally. Just can't see it, unfortunately. But, I mean, credit to Madrid. They took it to Chelsea in the first leg. I mean, 2 goals is not terrible. You can overcome it, but I just don't see them holding Benzema off the score sheet, at least, or just anyone in Madrid.
Yeah. And then one thing we actually forgot to talk about when we were going over Bayern Villarreal, Robert Lewandowski is reportedly leaving to go to Barcelona.
Yep.
I don't know how this is going to be affordable for Barcelona. They have no money. They cannot pay his wages. He's still under contract, I believe, as well.
Yep.
So they're going to have to somehow buy him. But there's reports that he's signed a contract. I don't know.
Okay, so this isn't like some, weird Twitter rumor. Like, the ESPN's reporting this, and then tons of news articles are reporting it. So it's pretty much certain that this is at least happening, or at least like
There's been talks,
in contention to happen. Looks like Robert Lewandowski wants to join Barcelona, so it's up to, I guess, Bayern if
To sell him.
To sell him. But you're right; they have no money with the amount of attacking talent they brought in even this past year.
Mm-hmm.
This basically tells me that Griezmann is not coming back.
Yeah.
They're probably going to sell either I don't want to say Depay, but they're going to probably have to sell someone to just
I'd
even
say
afford.
Depay as well.
They're probably going to just sell someone just to afford. Maybe they try to sell Aubameyang off. They just got him for a free.
Aubameyang just came in and started playing like on fire, Depay's really fallen out of contention after a pretty good start to the season. Yeah. So I'd say one of them goes. Griezmann doesn't come back.
Yeah. But let's ignore the logistics of this. The money.
He's
this
old.
would be amazing though for Barca. He is old, but he is still, besides Benzema, he's scored.
One of the best strikers,
man.
Yeah.
He scores goals.
But do you think that Barcelona could win a Champions League just by adding Robert Lewandowski?
Yeah, I think they honestly could with their talent.
Thinking about it, taking a little deeper look. I mean, why not? They have.
I mean, take out Lewandowski, put Lewandowski on Barca and Bayern right now, and take him out. Who's got the better squad of just pure talent? It's pretty equal, but you might say Barca might just be a little bit better because they do have a young players like Pedri.
They have
Gavi.
young players. Bayern probably wouldn't be able to replace him too well, in my opinion. And then Barcelona really just need that striker. I mean, Aubameyang's doing really well, so maybe he's the answer. But we got Fati coming back in the wing. Ferran Torres, he's been on fire.
Yes.
He creates a lot. Pedri, De Jong, Gavi, such young players.
Now Bayern's back line could be better with Hernandez, obviously Neuer, Pavard, and they have a good young left back in Davies. Obviously Kimmich is elite, and Muller. Muller's
yes,
obviously.
but Barcelona, if they get one or two other signings other than Lewandowski, I think they'd be better than Bayern. I think just adding Lewandowski, I think pretty even. Bayern maybe maybe a little bit better, but maybe a defensive signing for Barcelona.
Yeah.
and they might be better. A right back or a left back is still probably needed.
Because I still personally
center back.
Yeah, because I still personally think Barca might have a more talented squad at the end of the day. After De Jong was off form for quite a while, but he's picked it up.
Yeah, he's picked it up.
Yeah.
Ousmane Dembele, if he stays, that's a fantastic player.
You still have Busquets, who's not obviously at his prime, but he still plays for Barca. He's still decent. You have Alba, Garcia, Araujo,
and Ter Stegen. That's not that bad. If they can get a center back, I think maybe they could do it.
I definitely do. So if I had to compare the squads, I 100% can say that adding Lewandowski to Barca can win the Champions League, or at least make it far, not just
really
go out
far.
in the group stage and go to the Europa League.
Yeah, maybe add a Matthijs de Ligt and.
Oh my gosh!
If they add de Ligt, I think they're really big.
If they
contenders.
add a de Ligt, I'm just.
They're reportedly in talks to sign Rudiger, Christensen,
even
Azpilicueta. That's really good depth for so those guys can either play in the Champions League group stages, or they can play in La Liga, other cup competitions, because you obviously need depth so you can play your best 11 every time in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So
and obviously Lewandowski has been arguably the best striker with Benzema, so he's going to be in contention for the Ballon d'Or.
Araujo's still really young. He's playing really well. Eric Garcia, one of the best ball-playing defenders in the world. He improves defensively, he'd be fantastic.
And then you can have Piqué, who might not start next year, obviously his age, but he still comes in and plays majority of the games and does
really well
for
great
most
leader.
of the time.
Great defender, great leader, really good presence in the back line.
So like we said, it's reported he wants to go there. If he does go there, it's a slam dunk move for Barca and for Lewandowski because he's just a world-class striker.
But they still probably need one defender.
Yep.
Right back, maybe.
Yep. And he's 33 years old, so he'd probably be 34.
They'd probably have about 1 or 2 years to win with him. But that's honestly enough time.
Yep.
Because if they can get 2 years out of Lewandowski, maybe Messi comes back.
Oh, he made every Barca fan happy. Messi.
What if Messi comes back, plays with Lewandowski? Imagine that squad.
That would be amazing. Mbappe, it all depends on Mbappe. I think if Mbappe leaves or not.
Yeah.
Or Messi.
There's a lot of speculations, a lot of things can go down. We really can't make any judgment calls or predictions until something actually happens, because if Lewandowski doesn't join, all this is out the window, then Barcelona, I don't know if they'll have a shot.
Just one more message. Just one more last thing to touch on since we brought Messi. Messi's got 13 assists this year. Messi's breaking defenders. Ronaldo's breaking phones. Mm-hmm. I just saw that online, so I just wanted to say that.
He only has 3 goals, so really low scoring
in the league.
But he's done great with assists. So
yeah,
he had a hat-trick assist
I personally
last
hope
week.
I hope I see Messi at PSG next year just to see his full potential, because I think it's weird. He has to get used to a new area that he hasn't been anywhere outside of Barcelona.
When I watched them play in the Champions League the year prior, I was like, this PSG side is nuts. Their defenders played insane. Marquinhos, Kimpembe. I was like, Marquinhos is one of the best players in the world. He played out of his mind. Navas was on fire. I don't know why he wasn't playing. Maybe it's a different story if Keylor Navas is in that instead of Donnarumma. So I think that PSG side is really, really good.
Yep, definitely. But yeah, I think Lewandowski to Barca would be an awesome move, but we'll see if it happens. And
MLS.
Just one last thing to touch on MLS, and then it's real quick, then we got here. FCC didn't play this week, but my Columbus Crew did, and they lost 1-0 to the only team that hasn't lost yet in MLS, Philadelphia Union. 1-0 off of an own goal by Eloy Room in the second minute. And Jacob hasn't seen this yet, but we're going to show it. We're going to get live reaction.
Live reaction to this own goal. Philadelphia is really the only title challenger, I guess, kind of to the Crew. They're the other really good team.
It's been a weird start to MLS here.
It really has.
There's a lot of teams just just figuring it out. Besides Philadelphia and honestly New York City and I guess Orlando, but there's no really other elite teams. The Crew kind of haven't won the last 3 games. The Crew had a ton of possession and couldn't finish their chances, so it was just a bad week for the Crew again, especially from their attack. Very anemic, just not really hungry in the attack. But they do go back home and play Orlando City. I don't know who FC Cincinnati plays next week. I didn't look. Oh, they play at Atlanta.
Oh, so that's an L.
Joseph Martinez is out. For
Still,
quite a bit.
I mean, FC Cincinnati's not good. So we lost to Charlotte by 2.
Charlotte's been doing pretty good. They just beat Atlanta, so I mean, we'll see. All right, we're gonna get Jacob's reaction to this own goal. It happened in the 2nd minute. All right, 2nd minute cross from the right side. I believe it was from Nathan Harriel, who was their super draft pick. It's a free kick.
Right, headed away.
That's actually Jose Martinez. Ball flighted in. And just knocked it in his own net, kind of like volleyball said it.
Well, what kind of catch was that? So that was the keeper, right?
Yep, Eli Rim.
I urge everyone at home to watch this goal. I've never seen a goalkeeper catch the ball that badly. It didn't even stick in his hands and get dropped out and someone poked it in. It just rolled out of his arms straight into the net.
Yeah.
It was so bad. That's actually terrible. That's one of the worst goalkeeping mistakes I've ever seen.
It was a bad week for MLS goalkeepers. Brad Guzan from Atlanta got Olympicoed from a corner kick against Charlotte. Just a lot of keeping errors, especially for the New England game. Not good MLS for goalkeeping at the start. It's been a very odd start to the MLS year, but we shall see.
Hopefully Columbus Crew can pick it back up.
Yeah, they do play Orlando though, so at home, so it's gonna be another tough game.
Another tough one. They've had a really tough start to the year.
Yep, maybe FCC can get a win too, but we'll see. And next week, obviously, we'll talk about some of the Prem results that happened. Maybe some La Liga. We'll touch on since Barcelona have to pay a little more attention.
Have a Europa League game versus Eintracht Frankfurt in a couple days.
No one cares about that. So we'll move on.
It's a quarterfinal. We won't talk about it yet.
If they make it to your Europa League
semis or final, maybe we'll talk about it, but not the quarters.
Yep, and we'll definitely recap all the Champions League games. And I believe will the draw happen? Will we know the semifinal matchups by the time next week? Friday?
I would believe so because the games are played in the next 2 days, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing the draw would be done.
Yep. So we'll obviously recap all the results, the teams that go through, and the draws of the 2 semifinal matchups, and we'll have a good week for episode 8.
Yeah.
We'll have a good show next week for number 8.
Number 8.
Yep. Any last thoughts before we end this?
Tell your kids to not be an Arsenal fan. I don't know. What else?
Oh, and fun fact, I found out me and Jacob's club teams play each other not once but twice in 2 different tournaments. So one of that goes on, I believe, while we're in school. So we'll definitely have to talk about that.
We'll have a recap of 1v1.
Yeah.
1v1, me versus Lucas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the 7th episode of the Around the World podcast. We're going to recap all the Champions League games, recap some MLS, some more Premier League, and then we'll hopefully hear about the draws next week.
Yes, sir.
See you next time.